Hey guys, Gaming Yoshi here. Here's another weather tutorials we're gonna do today, and I hope you enjoy it. This is you might recognize this storm, maybe, I don't know. And don't be surprised to hear a couple whistling here and there outside. I would probably show you, but I'll probably upload a video later on about this. We got a dust storm blowing outside from Sneak. I don't know how North Carolina and dust storms just don't mix, but apparently there's a storm brewing outside with 30-40 mile per hour winds, like right here in my weather thing. The highest peak wind we've had today was 46, so yeah, that's pretty strong. And anyway, we're going to check out this storm. This is a reminder that even though these kind of storms don't happen on a regular basis, you gotta keep an eye out for. This is like a reminder to say you should keep an eye out for storms, even if the National Weather Service don't say there's probably one. Like, I put a place file here if I can find it. I think I'll have to put an image up that in a minute. Hold on a second. I'll put an image up there later. Anyway, so as you can see here, we've had a storm right here. This is if you didn't recognize it, we turn this off. It's obviously a tornado reported warning. So, as you can see, southern Pinellas County in west central Florida. Clearwater's right there. Weather spot, I confirm. Water spout moving on shore. It did look pretty good before. Like over here, it was really nice. I remember this. Me and my friends tracked this. This was April 7th, 2016. Earlier, like 2 days ago. So not that bad a storm. It wasn't until it got on shore that it started doing a little better. It cycled, I guess you could say. It like strengthened once it got to about by Dunedin, in between Dunedin and Clearwater, where my friend actually lived in Clearwater, was there at the time. Had the storm form right on his doorstep. As you can see, the rotation is tightening up. This is not a very defined hook, but I guess you would say it would be one. And I think this was the path of the storm. I do not remember where. I'd had to look at that in a moment. Hold on. This was the information I found online, and sorry, I had to pause video because you couldn't find no maps of it, so I had to make my own with a program. Anyway, as you can see, there's a lot of tornadoes over here in this area. And this was in the marginal risk, near the slight risk, so this would make a little bit of sense. But here's what didn't make sense at all. A tornado reported right there in the general thunderstorms area. Not only that, this area wasn't even predicted to have no storms, but it did. So this is why you should look out for storms. Doesn't matter where you're at. You gotta look out for storms anywhere, because especially they're in the general thunderstorm and above, because you can't predict weather that easy. So that's just another thing. And let me just go into this one right here. And this is what I had to make myself. This was the first of the storms to lake landfall. It went on shore, damaging power lines and trees. Now let's study the path of it. As you can see from the general information I got from the National Weather Service's NWS chat, it shows this thing started roughly here and then ended roughly over here, so this thing pretty much tracked through this whole thing. But its damage was limited to power lines and knocked out. This was the most severe of those two. This was what I got. Started near Cliff Stevens Park right here and ended near McMullen Booth Road. Started roughly in this area. It damaged 30 houses. It damaged 15 houses. Went through this. Its most notable damage was over here, where went over this place here, as you can see. And if I can find the scoreboard, because they said it was a scoreboard, and it was knocked over by the storm. It was thrown by the storm. It went right through here, so it makes sense that it did cause some damage. And ended roughly here in this general area. I'm guessing but I didn't hear no damage over this school, so it may have just died right there. And like I said, its most notable damage was the Eddie C. Moore softball complex. So yeah, that's what I got out of the storm. Back to the radar, it kind of does correlate. Like right about here. Let's go back. This is hold on a second. This is Cliff Stevens. This is the area we were just looking at. So according to our data, it would have did about this sort of thing right here. It would have been right through there. So, turning back on the radar, we'll study it a little bit more. And what you'll find is that it does kind of correlate. Look, this is about the point where it was right over that area. As you can see, you see the greens, the reds going northbound, the greens going southbound over here, wrapping up into this beautiful storm right here. Now let's see if we can possibly see some debris in this, or better rotation or funnel. And not that I can see, but right here could be the wall cloud right there. That could be the wall cloud. Check for debris. There may have been something right here. May have been. Yeah. Right there, right there. Yeah, I think this is the debris ball right there. It advances forward. There it is, right there. Our debris ball, right there. That's 100% debris ball. Our 100% natural debris ball. Now, if you check the end rod at this point, it was pretty significant. 1.05. Compared to the other previous steps where it was just a below 1. At this step, it was pretty good. Had the debris ball, the end rod was good, the rotation was pretty significant. This is where my friend and I tracked, and look, even makes sense because these were reported. Emergency management, large oak trees. Yeah, I remember this report. Clearwater public safety report of large tree uprooted in Clearwater, which Clearwater's right there, but it's also part of the Clearwater area too. And like I said, went right over here, but actually it went over here, but I guess that's just a radar thing, I don't know. Anyway, that's the damage it was reported, and it was also said to have gone over this bridge, which is part of the Grady area. From what my friend had told me, this bridge had sustained structural damage, but I think that was not true. I think it may have suffered some small damage, but not structural damage. Let's get back into this thing here. It may have caused something, but that I don't know that for sure. And this was the point where it actually had died. Well, I wouldn't probably say died, but like weakened below severe critical limits. I do remember they canceled the warning and then issued another one, I believe. There may have been another one. It started wrapping up about this point again too. It like recycled, so. At this point, it may have been produced something again. I think this may be actually, this is the bridge here, the Gandy Bridge. Either it's this one or this one, I can't remember for sure. But I heard my friend said that the Gandy Bridge, of course he would know, he practically lives right in this general area, not even far from the tornado reports themselves. He says that there's a report that the Gandy Bridge was damaged in this incident. And if you check the end rod, it looks to be pretty nice. The correlation coefficient, I'm not sure if that's true because it's very off-centered. Other than that, let's advance it a couple more steps. Come back a couple steps because we need to see the rotation. See right there, rotation is with it. Now sometimes I will admit this. Sometimes if the radar is plagued with just green and no reds are in there, and you see this shift from like really dark, this like darkish green to like kind of a light colored green like this here, there's a pretty good indication there's also rotation. Same with the reds, but it's not always true. It's true in some cases, but not all cases. So anyway, let's advance it again. And for the looks of this, wow, 1.17 NROT. That's stronger than it was here, and it was also had the weirdest tornado polygon I've ever seen in my life. Alright, tornado, and this was in Hillsborough County, so this thing had just continued on its narrow track, like we could probably, it's safe to assume that this storm, there's the hotel it crossed right there, so it's safe to assume that this thing had kept on its track instead of curving, which most storms do tend to do. They do tend to curve when they're tornadoes. I'm guessing to say if it hadn't curved, well, see you later, Tampa. All of it did cause anything. Anyway, yep, it was pretty strong at this point. The end route, let's go back another step, go up again, and then there it is, right there. Reached another warning. I might say that might be water is being carried into the storm. I wouldn't say, because correlation coefficient picks up stuff that's tumbling in storms. Reds and purples tend to mean rain. Yellows and greens tend to mean like lighter objects, and water would probably count in this case, especially if it's water from a tornadic storm, I'm guessing. But advancing another step. Now at this point, it did go on shore. It did go on shore at this point, so I wouldn't have been surprised if it had. It appears to have been a pretty nice wrapped up storm too. So I wouldn't. Oh, it even re-strengthened here. There, correlation coefficient. It was strong as it was up here, even if not a little bit stronger. It didn't have nothing on it, which I find very confusing. Maybe its close proximity to the radar kind of enhanced the image a little too much. Maybe. I'm not sure about this. This is kind of a confusing prospect, even in my own eyes. But anyway, it tracked through here, and it went pretty close to the radar, which would indicate. And then let's look at the warning for the Tampa Bay itself. Water spouts and wind gusts. Well, at least actually observed the water spout. Radar indicated water spout, and it was even observed as well. So. This was 7:44. This radar would show it around 11Z, which if I do the math would be 12. This would be 7 o'clock. This would be like 7:42 ish. So yeah, we might have something right here. May have. Right here is where something might have been. Right, definitely, right there. Now don't forget for that. Its close proximity to the radar would really cause problems. So that's why. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy all the effort I put into making a map like the National Weather Service would, especially since this map is based off all the current coordinates. Like these coordinates I got off the National Weather Service themselves. And like I said, here's the Gandhi Bridge, if I'm correct, right here. Gandhi's right here, so I'm guessing this is the Gandhi Bridge. And like I said, my friend said that there was possible damage sustained to it. Let's zoom back in. Get the radar. No, yeah, just to get back to this. Throw itself back a couple times. No, come on. I just clicked the wrong buttons again. Sorry, guys. Forgive me for this, but I'm not very good at using this thing very well. It did hit the bridge. I'll tell you that, it did hit the bridge pretty well right about here. Like undo it. Yeah, it hit the bridge. So I wouldn't be surprised to hear if there was actually sustained damage to the bridge. I wouldn't be surprised, especially since at this point it started wrapping up pretty well. At this point, it started wrapping up pretty well when it got to here, but I think no one really saw it as a water spout either. So. Like I said, thanks for enjoying, guys. I hope you rate, comment, subscribe, give a thumbs up, because I really put a lot of effort into this. Like, a lot. Like, literally. Sorry. Anyway, so, let's see what I did. Like, let's see. Like, there's the hotel right there. It's easy to tell. It's, like, pretty big. So, the storm went in a track somewhat like this. You see that? The storm went in tracks somewhat similar to that. So right about here is where it curved, and did that hit right there in this area, which is where it was the most damage. Here and here is where the damage from this thing was dropped. But I think around this area it may have done something too, according to the NROT and base velocity and the NROT. This thing seems to be a go right there. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy my new videos I'm getting ready to make. I think I might put a video for Universe Sandbox 2. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.